Hey guys, Dr. Morse, Injury Experts. So I vowed to get this out to you before the Thursday night game started. I have a little bit of time to spare, so we're going to be quick. There are a lot of guys that are up in the air this week. I'm only really going to cover the ones that are uncertain because most of the guys are pretty straightforward that are not new injuries. Brock Purdy is probably going to play in this game, but he has a throwing shoulder injury that is leaving a lot of stuff up in the air. So be careful with him. We'll probably know tomorrow more so, but he was still limited yesterday and today. Sam Darnold fine with a foot sprain. Mahomes and Stroud fine with their ankles. Or Stroud's with his hand, but he'll be fine. DeAndre Swift practiced in a limited capacity today after not practicing yesterday with a new groin strain. Now, I think there's a decent chance he plays, but I have significant concerns about re-injury and about worsening the just ineffectiveness. Groins are notorious for re-injury. I injected one yesterday or the day before. They are really painful. They are frustrating. They usually take about 10 days to 14 days to really start feeling a lot better at grade 1s, which is usually what this is. So realistically, Roschon Johnson should get some work here. So I think Roschon is a flex play, maybe with some upside, if they decide to be careful with Swift or even if they decide to hold him out. I think he ends up playing, but this one could go either way. The fact that he limited capacity today tells me that he's going to probably play. Tyjae Spears is likely out with a concussion. He has not practiced yet this week, so it's pretty much impossible for him to clear the concussion protocol since it's already Thursday. Raheem Mostert is fine with his hip. He wasn't even full practice, no issues. Zamir White and Alexander Mattison both do not practice yesterday and today. Zamir White with a quad injury, Alexander Mattison with an ankle injury. Now, it is not looking like either of these players are going to play. With that being said, I'm going to say Amir Abdullah is probably the guy that is going to probably play here, or at least start or get the majority of the work. Dylan Laub, however you pronounce his name, will get some work. I was a fan of his coming out of college, so we'll see how it plays out. I think I have him in a couple of my deep league teams. But not someone I would probably start unless you're really desperate this week. And there's a lot of bye teams, so maybe you are. Miles Sanders, I expect to be out this week. Chuba Hubbard will be fine. Najee Harris is playing tonight. He'll be fine. Kareem Hunt will be fine with his knee. Josh Jacobs dealing with that quad injury, not overly concerning. But Isiah Pacheco, I don't know if he's going to play this week. And part of it's an amazing matchup too. Part of the reason is because they have the Black Friday game. So I don't know if they're going to do it and then have him on short rest play again. So maybe they say, you know what, we're going to hold you out in week 12 and have you be a more full go in week 13. So maybe Hunt gets one more bell cow game, and this would be a bell cow game. Marshawn Lloyd, unfortunately, placed on NFI because after coming back from an ankle and a hamstring, he ended up getting appendicitis. This kid cannot catch a break, so he's going to probably need another week or two. I love his talent. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy. Brian Robinson Jr. could have an amazing week. Fantastic matchup. No issues with his hammy. James Conner should be fine with his finger. McCaffrey, still going to be on the report. Should be good. Could be the top running back of the week. Should be the top running back of the week. Struggled, disappointed a little bit last week based on our expectations. And then I think we're going to see Jonathan Brooks. At this point, anybody's guess because it's already week 12. But he should see the field this week with unless they're going to put Blackshear or whoever it is in there. CeeDee Lamb popped up with re-injury or continuing injury to that back, but also a new foot injury that I'm not aware of that he had before. Now, this could be a minor, midfoot sprain. He could have just, did something silly and he's just being careful. But he limited practice Wednesday, but then he did not fully practice today. So that's a regression. This kid is going to play through pretty much everything, so we'll have to really monitor tomorrow. I don't think he's going to miss the game, but I don't like a downgrade. Mooney and Higgins are on bye. Elijah Moore is in tonight. Calvin Ridley has an illness. He'll be fine. McConkey did not practice today or yesterday, but this is the Monday night game. So this is like a Wednesday. So if he doesn't practice Friday or Saturday, okay, now we have a problem. Palmer will probably get some love. Quentin Johnson has been really good. He's way up there in touchdowns too. But realistically, I think McConkey plays. He has an AC sprain of the shoulder that may limit some of his elite, catching ability. He was able to finish the game with the adrenaline, but once that swelling and inflammation starts, it's a lot harder. So I think there's a chance he plays, but he will not be 100% for that, which is unfortunate because that's going to be a good game if he's healthy. Gabe Davis is probably done for the season with his knee injury. I haven't seen specifics, but that's my guess, and he's kind of irrelevant, and he's on a bye. Brandin Cooks could potentially return this week. Not really, probably someone you're going to target because of the quarterback situation, but he's coming back from that infection in his knee. Nico Collins, hammy, should be 100% this week. Tyreek, 100% today. Practice. Worthy's fine. Hopkins is fine. DeVonta did not practice yesterday or today. I do not know if he retweaked it or if they're just being really, really careful with him, with his hamstring. He has a tendency to play in these games, but we should know tomorrow if he's playing. They'll say, no, he's not going to play, or he'll give a limited practice and say, oh, yeah, and in my opinion, limited practice means he's playing. Pittman is good to go, back to full practice. Darius Slayton has cleared the concussion protocol, and they have a great matchup with Danny Dimes being sat. Now he's the fourth QB. When you have a $40 million contract and a huge injury closet, that's the reason why. Realistically, you are going to get Tommy Cutlets, and we're going to see, Neighbors or whoever. I have no idea who's going to get the ball or how it's going to look, but we'll go. He didn't look very good last year. Sterling Shepard should play. I haven't seen anything otherwise. The hammy should be even better after the bye. Jauan Jennings, hip and ankle should be okay. Mike Evans is a full go. This is probably better than a Nico Collins full go. But if you have Mike Evans, you are going to start him unless you have a ridiculous team. Deebo Samuel is going to play, but he's been disappointing. DK Metcalf will be healthier. Juju should be good to go. And Adam Thielen, I'm still not sure if he's going to play. Just these older guys, it's a lot harder to come back from these bad injuries. Jake Ferguson out with a concussion. Josh Oliver of the Minnesota Vikings, wrist and ankle injury. This could go either way. Joku's going to play tonight. I know the weather is going to be ugly, but he's going to play. Kittle should be back with his hammy. Laporte is good to go with his shoulder, no restrictions. They were just being smart with him last week. Likely should be fine. And then Noah Fant, I haven't seen an update on him. He's been out for several weeks with a groin. He did not practice yesterday, so he was not trending in the right direction. I haven't seen today's practice report. That's all I got for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will have a injury, breakdown for you on Sunday night. Let me know if you have any specific questions or anything, and I'll happy to help. If you haven't checked out any of the stuff on injuryexperts.com or in the YouTube or TikTok channels, we are a little bit of everywhere. Still grinding. It's week 12. I will be here through the Super Bowl. So let me know if you have any questions.